Okay, so we're back at it again, and this time instead of showing you just like weekly prep that I'm going through, today is an actual meal that I will have, and it's a higher carb meal. It's going to be oatmeal. I'll show you how I do my oatmeal. I usually eat this before I work out, or typically on a day where I know I'm going to be more physically active on my feet, coaching a lot. Typically if I'm on a rest day or I'm going to be, sitting on my butt a lot, I will probably not go for this as my first option for a meal, but considering how I'm about to go lift weights in about 10 minutes, this is going to be a good meal to kind of get me fueled through my workout. So the first thing I have is old-fashioned oats, and the reason I eat old-fashioned oats is because I'm an adult. If you're still eating the stuff out of a box with the marshmallows in it, it's time to grow up and put on the big boy pants and upgrade to some old-fashioned oats. So what I'll do is I'll measure out about a cup of this dry. I eyeball it now because I've been doing it for so long. I'll mix it with like half a cup of water, 3/4 cup of water, something like that. And then I microwave it for about 2 minutes, 45 seconds, about 3 minutes. So let me go ahead and do that right now. All right, so the oatmeal is microwaved, and depending on how solid or how runny you want it, you just add more or less water, depending on your personal preference. So the next thing I'll do is I will add just a little dash of ground cinnamon. I don't measure anything anymore just because I've been doing this for a long time and I've eaten this meal several hundred times before. Just be careful with the cinnamon. Don't put in too much because it will overpower everything else that you put in there. Next thing we have is powdered peanut butter, and the reason I like to use this is because number one, it has less calories than your typical creamy or chunky peanut butter that you'd see in a store. Number two, doesn't really taste any different in my opinion, and it's easy to mix into your oatmeal. Again, I don't really measure anything. I try to put in like maybe 2 to 3 tablespoons. I think the serving size for this is about 2 tablespoons. Yeah, so 70 calories for every 2 tablespoons. I'm pretty sure if you did that with peanut butter, you'd be in the 160 to 200 range. Not a lot of sugar in that, but still a decent amount of protein. And then the next thing I'll do is I will mix that up so it gets all mixed and nice and ready to eat. Next thing I'll do is I'll usually take a fresh banana, peel it, and I will typically just put the whole thing in there. I'll break it up into a few chunks just because it makes it easier to chop and mix once it gets going. So no one wants to see me do that. So let me speed up the video. Okay, so all I did was chop up the banana and mix it up right now. So right now I've got a as-is, pretty decent banana peanut butter oatmeal going on. I also like to throw in a little bit of mixed berries. So all I have right now, right here, is just a bag of frozen blackberries, blueberries, and raspberries. I usually go with blueberries, but today I'm going to go with the mixed berry. Now, the only thing you have to realize with the mixed berries is the frozen stuff is really convenient. You can store it and it lasts forever, way, way, way longer than fresh berries ever would. The only thing that kind of sucks when you're using this with oatmeal is when you pour in the frozen berries into your hot oatmeal. No shocker, the temperature of your oatmeal is going to plummet drastically just because the frozen are berries. So if eating cold or room temperature oatmeal kind of freaks you out a little bit, you might want to opt for the fresh berries. If it doesn't really bother you and you don't mind the slight chill that the frozen berries are going to add to your oatmeal, not really a big deal. I love the convenience factor for it, and I've been eating this for so long that the slightly colder oatmeal doesn't really bother me anymore. So as I said earlier, this is a pretty high carb meal. I would guess there's close to 30 grams of carbs in 1 cup of oatmeal, probably like another 20 in a banana, and then according to this, there's another 16 grams of carbs in 1 cup. So this is going to be a little bit on the higher carb side of things when you're looking at just a single meal. So again, I would advise eating this probably around your workout time, either before or after, or if you know you're going to be particularly active on any given day. If you're looking for a little bit of extra calories in there because you're trying to gain weight, I would opt for real peanut butter instead of the powdered. And then you can even add a little scoop of whey protein in there as well. Just make sure your flavor meshes well with everything that you've already got in there. So I'm gonna eat this, I'm gonna work out, and then see you guys for the next one.